Coming up on this edition of Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica Football, take a look back at the season finale for the Saints. Get to know a standout for the Saints both on the field and off. Get a football lesson from a Saints coach, and take a look at what lies ahead for the Saints football program. It's all next on Inside the Huddle. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica Football, a 5-week seasonal series bringing you inside the Saints football program. I'm your host, Angie Avestris, coming to you from the Saints campus in beautiful Duluth. It was Senior Day Saturday as the Saints played their final regular season game, while also saying goodbye to a very successful senior class. An important game to send the seniors off with a win and help with postseason positioning. Todd Foltz joined head coach Kurt Ramler to break down the game.
Coach Ramler, a beautiful fall day in Duluth. This season, the weather has been fantastic, and today, to wrap up a season on a day like this, pretty special.
Yeah, we were hoping to send the guys out with the win, and boy, they played great today.
You know, you look at the start of the game, and your team came out with a quick start. Boy, passes were getting completed, catching the ball, offensive line really protecting the quarterback. You needed that quick start, and that was pretty special today.
It was. We really got rolling, and when we get rolling, we're pretty dang good. Our defense came up with a huge 3-and-out there early as well. That was fun on just almost a tropical day in Duluth. It's pretty amazing.
Halftime, you go into the locker room 35-zip. That's got to be a good discussion at the end of the season. At halftime, telling the boys, all right, we're going to go out and have fun this second half.
Yeah, and everything today was about our seniors. We played for each other, played for the game, played for the love of the seniors and the family that we have. And at halftime, it was a good feeling, but we knew we wanted to go out there and still do our thing.
Kenneth Jenkins, who every week we talk about another fantastic play. This kid is just a superstar athlete. Another pick today.
Yeah, he just got a knack for it, you know. His ball's in the air, he's got a chance to get it.
Mason Bloomquist, August Marlowe, two great linebackers for you, and another great game for both of them.
Yeah, they were really flying around, filling gaps and making great tackles in space. They're two superstars, and they played one of their best games today.
Coach, you put a ton of points up on the board in the first half. Again, in the second half, you get to sneak a couple more touchdowns in. Donovan Blatz, your kicker from Mounds, you 7 for 7 again. The ball flies off his foot.
Yeah, he's really improved with his op time as well as with the way he strikes the ball on extra points, and has been a key difference maker for us. Made a clutch game-winning extra point last week and was on fire again today.
Coach, part of your coaching philosophy is really to have fun. And you take it serious when you have to, and you also try to have some fun. And today, later in the game, you bring in the big 6'4", 300-pound Tyler Winkleman and line him up at tailback, and he had multiple carries. Talk a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, we wanted to get all of our seniors a touchdown today if we could. Had to take care of business first, but we like to have fun, serious fun we call it, and put Tyler at tailback. You know, a big dude like that running downhill. We came so close to getting him a touchdown, but he had a good time trying to get it.
And another senior, Harry Griffin from Alabama, gets a chance to catch a pass and throw a pass.
Yeah, we design a play every year for an offensive lineman to score. I think it's something that's really fun to do. And Harry scored a touchdown earlier this year and had a chance today to maybe put one in the end zone as a passer. We did get a first down on the play, and I think he'd probably remind you of that.
Coach, congratulations on a great 2016 season. Big win for the Saints, 49-21 as they wrap up 2016. Good luck next year as you prepare for the 2017 UMAC football season.
Thank
you. Coming up, the head coach returns to take a look back at the season and preview what lies ahead. And up next, learn some lessons in football. That's all coming up on Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica.
All right, now we're going to add our step to it. All right, so
Inside the Huddle is brought to you by the College of Saints Scholastica, ushering in a new era of graduate health programs with its new Health Science Center at the Bluestone Development in Duluth, providing exceptional education for everyday good.
here with Neil Viersba, St. Scholastica football player, graduated last year. Now last year you had a good season, you guys made it to the playoffs, and you played tight end and a little bit of defense as well. Tell us a little bit about the season last year and how it went for you.
Yeah, we kind of had a rough start there. We lost a rip-in right off the bat, and we kind of want to make a statement from then on, and we won about 9-10 straight and got that UMAC title that we always strive for here at Scholastica, and got to Oshkosh, and Oshkosh was a tough team, tough opponent for us, and it was overall a good experience for me. Love the guys that I work with or played with, and it was a fun overall experience last season.
You graduated this past year, and you graduated with a communications major, and now you are in the workforce. Why don't we talk a little bit about that?
Yep, I was lucky. A day before graduation, I got a job here, WDIO, as a sports producer. At Scholastica, we had this show called Saints Center. It kind of prepared me for it. I always wanted to go in the broadcasting field. Had a passion of sports, and I was just lucky that day before graduation, I got a job offer to be a sports producer here, and overall, it's gone well for me.
You came from a great football program at St. Cloud Cathedral, good football in that part of the state. How important was it for you to play on a championship program team?
Yep, coming from Cathedral, we had a good season, 6 straight wins, things like that. As I transitioned to finding a college, I wanted to continue that winning way. I wanted to be with a team that had high goals and they wanted to win every year. And St. Scholastica did that. They had my major, which was the #1 priority for me, is to get my degree in my major, and then also have a winning tradition. St. Scholastica was at #1 on the list for me, recruiting-wise, because of those 4 consecutive UMAC championships, like you said, and the continued winning ways here.
Well, congratulations on a great football career at St. Scholastica. And as you head out into the workforce in mass communications and into the field that we're all in, we wish you the very best, Neil.
All right, thank you, Todd.
Thank you very much. Saint Spotlight.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica. From beautiful Duluth, Minnesota, I'm your host, Angie Avestris. Each episode here on the show, we bring you inside the Saints football program to see the game through the players and the coaches. This week, Coach Ramler took a break from coaching to hit the field with his players to pass along some of his football knowledge to us as he teaches the game of football.
I'm Coach Keith, offensive line coach here at the College of St. Scholastica. With me are 2 of our seniors, Harry Griffin and Tyler Winkleman. We're going to talk a little bit about our run pro technique. So our run progression, we call it run pro, something we do every day. Starts with a punch, right? We got to get our feet going too. So Harry's going to show how we teach our punch here at St. Scholastica. All right, so the biggest thing is we got to have inside hands. So we're going to clap on the punch, right? We always clap our hands in practice to get those inside hands. So on the go here, Harry, go. Good, we're getting those thumbs up, we're getting those elbows tight, right? Our shoulders are locking in. Here we go, 1 more rep, go. Good, and here, now Tyler will do it here. Flip around, all right. Same thing, go. Good, a little bit closer there, Harry. Give him a good target. Go. Good. So we can see we have the inside hands because of the clap. The clap makes us have inside hands. All right, now we're gonna add our step to it. All right, so one of the steps that we use here is called a slide pop. So we're gonna slide over to get lined up on the defender, and then we're gonna pop. So our punch should be on the 2nd step. First step, stepping across, 2nd step, stepping up. All right, and then we're gonna add that punch. So here we go on the go. Go. One more time there, one more time. Make sure we're getting that clap. Go. Good, just like that. We have that inside fit right on the numbers. That's right where we want to be. Here we go, one more time for Tyler. Right, sliding across, getting that pop. Go. Good, getting those inside hands, that low leverage. Here we go, one more. Go. Good, and that's an intro to our run progression here at the College of St. Scholastica.
Coming up, take a final look back at the 2016 season and preview what lies ahead for the Saints. Get to know a standout for the Saints both on the field and off. That's next on Inside the Huddle.
This Benedictine moment focuses on humility. It might seem odd to talk about this virtue in relationship to football, but really, you can't be a good football player or a good person without it. A truly Benedictine virtue, humility sometimes gets misrepresented as being weak or wishy-washy or having low self-esteem. But really, humility is about truly believing in yourself, knowing who you are, the good and the bad, the growing edges, and your gifts. It takes humility to be a great teammate. It's what helps you to have a team-first mentality, putting others, your teammates, and the good of the team before yourself. Humility is what leads you to be coachable, knowing that I don't always know everything and there's always something to learn. In Saints football, we know that the scoreboard doesn't always tell the full story. Humility reminds us that every day what we learn on the field, playing the game of football, is helping us to grow into who and how God is calling us to be. Humility reminds us of what it takes to be a champion. That's Saints football, and another great Benedictine moment.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with Saint Scholastica. I'm your host, Angie Avestris. The Saints excel on the football field, but they also find plenty of success in the classroom. The importance of their studies is key for each and every Saints athlete. One of the many football players who finds success both in the sport and in the classroom is a young man destined for a bright future.
Zachary Dahlman, junior year here at St. Scholastica. I'm a wide receiver. To be a Saint, in my definition, would just be doing the right thing whenever you can, helping out anybody, any way you can. You see somebody who asks for help, gotta help them. Just kind of looking out for yourselves, your teammates, classmates, anybody else who needs it. I guess you could say I got introduced to it by my brother Jonah, since he came here, and then also his best man at the wedding, Nick Theory. He also went here. He played on the football team as a wide receiver. And Nick was always like a second brother to me, so he kind of convinced me a little bit. Jonah convinced me, but it came down to here in Gustavus. And in the end, I guess I just love Duluth more, but family here is great. Classes, teachers, love the atmosphere, don't regret it. It's hard to explain his personality. You have to be around him for at least a week, but just like in film, not wearing any shoes, just the things he pulls out of nowhere. It's hilarious, making you do animal noises to help you remember. His memorization techniques are crazy. Coach Ramler's offense with passing the ball really came back to my high school, which was great because we ran the spread. We threw it 2 out of 3 times, which was great for me, at least as a receiver. So it really fit in well from where I came from. And with the CSS program, like our scheme, whatnot, I love it, can't complain. A few weird things he does here and there, but you gotta trust him in the end. Before I came here, the program might have been 5 years old, 6 years old. I thought that's pretty cool, and the tradition already has a winning, but on the bright side now, you're expected to win. You're expected to win championships. So it's harder to build that up instead of starting at the bottom and getting to where we are now. Well, my goals this year, for as a player, I guess I kind of flash back to last year. I was actually lucky enough to play a little bit only because Andrew Smith, our star receiver, I guess you'd say, got hurt. And I kind of got bumped in the rotation a little bit. So it was nice to kind of get some experience coming into this year. So this year, expect to play every game, expect to contribute 2, 3 times as much as last year. Being a great teammate, doing everything that I can do to help us win, help us get to that next level where we want to be. Going to school CSS, class sizes are in your favor. I want to say probably around 20, maybe even less. So it's a lot of one-on-one with the teachers. Teachers are great. I haven't had any bad experiences with them. Go into their offices, talk to them about internships. They're always looking out for you there. Just extra homework, maybe some extra credit if you need it, but luckily I didn't. Other than that, they're just great and glad I came. I'm majoring in finance and I am minoring in American Sign Language. After college, I want to be a financial advisor, stay in the finance area, love it. I've been set on that ever since my junior year in high school.
Coming up, take a final look back at the 2016 season and preview what lies ahead for the Saints. That's next on Inside the Huddle. Inside the Huddle is brought to you by the College of Saint Scholastica, where 97% of graduates are in a career or graduate school within 6 months of graduation. Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with Saint Scholastica. I'm your host, Angie Avestris. The Saints closed out their regular season on Saturday with their final home game and senior day here on campus in Duluth. With a bye week ahead, the Saints can now focus on the playoffs and postseason football. Todd Foltz rejoins Coach Ramler to look back at the regular season and preview what lies ahead for the Saints.
Coach Ramler, a special day, senior day. You're at home. It's the last game of the season. But as great as it is to have this great group of seniors around for one more game, it's sad because you know it's their last game.
Yeah, that's one of the lessons that football teaches is you've got to really enjoy the opportunities while you've got them. Everything comes to an end, unfortunately, and we're sad to see those guys go. We really are, but we're looking forward to them having incredible careers professionally and taking that incredible Saint Scholastica degree and putting it to good use.
Offensively, you lose some good ones.
Yeah, we really do. Dakota and Kyle both playing quarterback and playing multiple positions. When it comes to leadership and tenacity and just being there for the team, those guys, I couldn't be more proud of them. Then on offense, we've also got Clayton Red, who did an incredible job playing both running back and receiver this year and was just a dynamic force for us. We've also got the Trench Dogs, Harry Griffin and Tyler Winkleman. We tried to get them both a touchdown today, came really close, and those guys just did a tremendous job, improved throughout the season and led the way in the way they do.
Defensively, really it was a group of senior leaders that kept that team together and kept you in games.
Yeah, without question. Mason Bloomquist at linebacker just flying around. August Marlowe holding down the fort. And then up front with Zach Jelinek and Chico and Kaz. And man, just so proud of those guys. And Coach Kaplan decided to stick around despite an injury. That's an incredible group of seniors, and we're just incredibly proud to have them have been part of the family.
At the same moment that we're saying goodbye to seniors, you're starting to prepare for 2017. The season is just right around the corner for you as a professional coach. And as you look at your offense for next year, I know Elliott Simon, center from Cambridge, is really important to have back. And let's talk a little bit about what he brings to next year's team.
He's a real leader. He leads by example. Did a great job every game this year, being tough, leading the way. And we expect him to even step up even more and continue to do the same things he does.
Ben Boothie, the great running back from New Prague, he's back for another campaign.
Correct. Ben had a great year. Really broke out late in the season and started really doing his thing, pushing through injury, and we're excited.
Aaron Olson from Esco comes back, one of the nation's leaders in touchdown catches. That's a very nice situation to have for you.
Yeah, Aaron had an incredible year, and we were trying to get Tyler Winkleman a touchdown today, and Aaron, to show how team first he is, he went ahead and said, Coach, I'll go out at the 1 to try to get Tyler a touchdown, and that we're so proud of Aaron. He does an incredible job attacking the ball. He's improved. If he can take that same jump and work as hard as he works, man, we're excited.
Defensively, you got great leadership coming back. Jake Zellick is back for you, and he's going to really lead that defense.
Yeah, Mr. Zellick, he is a guy that just works as hard as anybody we've ever coached. He just works and works and works and plays really well no matter where you ask him to play. D-end, nose guard, he would play anywhere. He's a pleasure to coach, and he's a real leader.
Jack Peru and Kenneth Jenkins, two superstar safeties, are also back.
Yeah, and we're fired up. Both of those guys are just really incredible playmakers. They work really hard at their craft. They're really good at defense. They can also play special teams, and we featured them both on offense this year as well.
On special teams, the Singer brothers, who play multiple positions, offense and defense, but also are key on your special teams.
Yeah, Jason just booms those punts, and he had an amazing year as a punter. And then John on kickoff just gets down there, and that's a spot where we've got some real competition on special teams. We've got a lot of good players back, and we don't know who's gonna play.
You really don't get much of a break because you finish the season and off you go recruiting. I know you send coaches in every direction, but talk a little bit about the recruiting map that you work.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool because our school is so good and our program is so good as well that there's nowhere we can't get players from. We got them from California, from Alabama, from all these different places, Arizona. But we're going to go locally near Duluth, as well as in the Metro, Twin Cities area, and all throughout northern Wisconsin. Coach Kravinchuk is going to be out there hitting those high schools in Wisconsin. And, you know, we feel like if a guy wants a championship experience, winning tradition, and a chance to go to an incredible school in a great town, you just can't do much better than St. Scholastica.
Well, we thank you again, Coach Ramler. You know, we're finishing up our third season of Inside the Huddle at St. Scholastica on FSN. It's been a great time and a wonderful opportunity to see your great coaching techniques and the wonderful young men that you're sending out in the world. We wish you the very best in the off season. Good luck as 2017 approaches quickly.
Giddy up.
That will do it for this week's edition of Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica, your weekly look inside the Saints football program. Thanks for watching and supporting Saints football all season long. To follow the football program and all Saints sports, visit csssaints.com. For Todd Foltz and Coach Ramler, I'm Angie Vestris. Thanks for joining us on Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica.